Okay, now there's a way of translating this that we have been over, so you might review it. To keep things as simple as possible right now, I'm going to say okay, so how do we solve? First solve with an equal sign, so we know when this is equal. Okay, how do we solve this? Well, this will equal 5 if 4x minus 9 equals 5, won't it? But it'll also equal 5 if 4x minus 9 equals negative 5, because it's an absolute value, right? So, clearly, if 4x minus 9 equals negative 5, then its absolute value is going to be 5, right? And of course, if 4x minus 9 equals 5, its absolute value is certainly 5. So we got 4x minus 9 equals negative 5, or 4x minus 9 equals 5. You can solve this. You're going to get, what, 4, so x equals 1. And you're going to get 14, so x equals 3.5, which is 7/2, I think. Okay? So those would be the solutions to this equation. So now we can do something you're familiar with. You weren't when we first did absolute value stuff back a long time ago. But we take our x-axis and we locate 1 and 7/2. Okay? And then what do you think we do? Well, a lot like what we did with polynomials. Okay? Like if x is a really big negative number, then this is going to be a really big negative number. What's that going to do to it? If the number is a really big negative number, what's its absolute value? Well, it's going to be a really big positive number, right? So we can see that on this interval, this thing is negative. Similarly, if x is a really big positive number, and what did I just said it's negative, right? Sorry. It's a really big positive number. I don't know where I got the negative because it was a big negative. I was not thinking. Okay, this thing is supposed to be greater than or equal to 5. If x is a big negative number, it's certainly bigger than 5, right? Its absolute value is certainly bigger than 5. So, four x minus 9 is bigger than 5 from here all the way to negative infinity. And similarly, it's bigger than 5 from here to infinity, because for a really big positive number, it's going to be bigger than 5. And it can only change from bigger than 5 to less than 5 if it's equal to 5, right? Which occurs at 1 and 7/2. Which means that here, it's less than 5. Okay? It's negative infinity 1. Is 1 included or not? Well, it's included because it's greater than or equal, right? And 1 is exactly where it's equal to 5. and then 7/2 infinity. Now, there are other ways to do it. They are maybe, I think, a little confusing to people. And since we're pretty familiar with this idea of breaking the x-axis into intervals, I chose to do it this way. I mean, there's a rule. This is greater than or equal to 5 if this is greater than 5, or if it's less than -5. Because if what's inside here is greater than 5, its absolute value is greater than 5. If what's inside here is less than 5, okay, then its absolute value is greater than 5. It's less than or equal, not just less than. So we have inequalities that we can solve easily, right? You know, just add 9 to both sides and divide by 4. And it's this or that gets people, and the and that you have if it's a less than or equal. But we talked quite a bit about that some time ago, which is one reason we want to review it now. Okay? So you want to be up on that.